Hello and welcome to Macklin Motors MG. As you can see behind me, we have got the MG4, which is the all-new fully electric car from MG. This model here, being in the trophy specification, has got a few additional options that are on it over the SE, which I will point out now for you. As we do look down to the front, we have got our new fully LED headlights. These have the 3 cluster design that has almost double the brightness of the MG ZS EV. So we also look down to the front of the car, we have got the first of the 4 cameras. We've got a camera on the front bumper, one on the rear bumper, and a camera under each of the wing mirrors. Those 4 cameras all pieced together when you are parking the car and reversing to give you the full 360-degree view around the car. Now, across all 3 models of the MG4, the car comes with your radar sensor, which is just down here beneath the license plate. It's body coloured, and that's what's going to allow you to have your adaptive cruise control and your traffic jam assist. Also down the front, on both the long-range models of the car, you have our active aero. Now you have these little plates here, which open and close. It's all about trying to preserve as much battery temperature as possible. So when the battery is getting hot, these fins will actually open, allow more of the natural air to come into the car, and actually close back up again to keep all the residual heat inside the battery, increasing the range of the car. The one striking thing about the front of the MG4 is the new design language that MG has gone down. We've got this very angular design where everything all points to the central MG badge, and that design also continues up onto the bonnet of the car. So as we look to the 4 wheels that are on the car, you'll see we have got our premium Continental tyres that are all fitted to the car. These are designed to reduce the noise inside the cabin. Just inside that, we have our 17-inch alloy wheels that then have these aerodynamic hubs that sit over the top. These are all designed just to improve aerodynamic efficiency and get a little bit more range out of the battery. As we look to the side of the car, you'll see we have got our folding wing mirrors. The folding wing mirrors are just available on the trophy model. They are finished in the black throughout the range though. On the trophy, you also have the fully painted black roof. As you look to the door handles, we have got our keyless entry. And on the trophy model again, you have got your rear privacy glass. On the sides, you have got these high hips, which have all been finished in the black. This is all designed to make the car look that little bit sportier and also lower the height of the car. On the side of the car, we then will find our charging point. It's got a Type 2 charger, which has been standardised throughout the whole of the UK and Europe. This car also does support your DC rapid charging capabilities, which is where you will actually be able to charge the car from 0 to 80% in just 35 minutes. Now looking to the back of the car, we've got even more features back here that I'd like to show you. We have got these absolutely stunning aero devices or winglets. These are just available on the trophy model. They're all again designed to channel air all around the back of the vehicle. We also have this rear boot lid that's ever so slightly different on the trophy model. We have this rear light bar that continues out from the side brake lights. And then we have the embossed MG logo on the back. Just above that, we then also have these cutouts. The design on the back there really pops and glows at night. Just beneath that, you have the reversing camera, and beneath the license plate, you also have your reversing sensors. So just as a part of comparison, we also have the SE model. Now you will see those little subtle differences between the 2 models. Obviously, we don't have the winglets on the back here. It's a much more flat design, but we do have this ducktail spoiler, which continues all across the rear boot lid. To open the boot of the car, there's a small catch just underneath the MG badge. In here, you'll see you've got 363 litres of boot space. Now on the trophy model, you also have the ability to actually raise the floor up. Simply lift these 2 pieces up from the sides. The MG4 is the first car from MG that sits on its new MSP, which stands for Modular Scalable Platform. What that means is all of our cars going forward will all sit on the same chassis, which they can increase and decrease in length by adding and removing battery cells. With this car here, we've got a nice long wheelbase, which with my driving position here, you'll see I have plenty of legroom in the back. The batteries are really nice and low in the car as well. They only stand just 110 millimeters tall, which also allows for lots of headroom that you can see. We have the part cloth and part leather. We also have the contrast blue stitching that continues all throughout the front and the back of the car. As you'd expect from a car nowadays, we also have two ISOFIX points just in the back here, so you'll be able to get two child seats all in the back. Finally, we also have a USB port which sits just down here in the centre, so passengers in the back can still charge things like phones and laptops. Welcome then to the driving zone of the MG4. In here you'll see we've got a very minimal design. We've got this nearly completely flat dashboard with your two floating displays. The first one is our dashboard, where you can see everything to do with how the car is being driven. Then we also have our floating centre screen. Just beneath that, we have our quick access buttons. Beneath that, we have our wireless charging mat on the trophy model. You also have the option to feed a wire through from just beneath this center shelf. On this center console, you have your drive select. On here is where you can access drive, neutral, and reverse. Of course, your handbrake and your park. Just beneath that, we do have the two USB ports where you can plug your phone in. You have got one USB Type-C and USB Type-A. We have this large space capacity down here for your cup holders. There's plenty of space here as well for additional storage, like down here and under the armrest. So the MG4 has got a brand new characteristics to the way that it drives, especially over the previous generation of our electric vehicles, like the MG5 and also the ZS EV that came out in the latter part of 2021. The car now is rear-wheel drive and has a 50-50 weight distribution, which means that the car feels much more dynamic and agile, especially when driving down roads when it gets nice and twisty. The car does still retain your different driving modes, however we've now added two more features, which are for snow, and also we have custom. Snow is there to help and assist with that rear wheel drive, so when the road does get icy, you're not deploying all of that power just to the rear wheels and it becoming unstable to drive. Custom is then like an individual setting or mode where you can configure various different parts of the powertrain and the steering and the pedal feel to your liking and how you prefer it to be. So we now have our brand new MG4 steering wheel. It's very different to the previous steering wheels that have come out, like the ones that you've seen on the ZS EV and on the MG5. It's now a square design, which allows you to see the new squared off dashboard just behind the steering wheel. So we've got a new display here that is on the center console. You can access everything from Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This is standard on both the Trophy and on the SE models. On the Trophy, you have also got access for full sat-nav that comes with the car, and you also have GPS weather updates. Will also pull the time, so if you are to drive across the continent, it will pull through the correct time as and when you enter the various different time zones. You also have nice big wing mirrors on the side of the cars, allowing you to have lots of easy visibility and viewing all around the car. In terms of the steering on the vehicle, the car has a really nice, light and fast steering column on it. And again, with this squared off design, really helps make the car feel that little bit more sort of agile and dynamic when driving. So thank you for watching this video on the MG4. For more information about the car, please feel free to head over to macklinmotors.co.uk and we'll be happy to help.